Did you have a horse in
Yeah,
Florida?
I grew up around them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But was there
I grew
one
up
that
on a
was
farm.
yours?
Yeah, I had one when I was a little kid, and that didn't go well. And yeah, it was ponies had a complex.
Yeah.
And,
Ponies had a
and
complex.
so yeah, there was something more involved. But
That's like an album title. Ponies
but
had a
later on,
complex.
of course, you're around and always feeding them, and you end up back on them, you know. So
Yeah.
I grew up with like I know that feeling, the smells, everything. Like there's something to it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's like a giant dog.
Yeah, it is.
But also it has like a giant heart where I feel like he knows my feelings.
Because he's feeling that too.
Yeah.
You see as good as it gets. Remember
Yes.
Jack Nicholson?
Yes.
That's how I was with
Yes.
my dog. It's like he's all grumpy, he's all whatever, like loner dude, and then he sees the dog screwed up like he is, OCD, and then he's like falling in love because he relates. Oh my gosh, I did the same with my dog. The dog was crazy.
Yeah.
And I seriously, I loved her, you know? And so next time I'm hooking her up with like lights and stuff. I got up to 114 LEDs, you know? We go out at night, and it was the coolest thing. She would pull people over.
Is that-
Funnest thing. So my dog was completely screwed up, but I like gave her like this jetpack type of thing, and we would just go out every night, come back 3 a.m., and anyway, that's like life-changing for me.
Lit
So I
up.
get it. In Ojai, funny. Yeah.
A jetpack?
That's next. No, he's
Well,
saying
I
like.
didn't actually have the jets.
Oh.
But I was working on it.
You
but
never
it was
know.
So right then it was a light.
you're right.
You never know. You're right.
With
Because radar jamming was a thing. You know, it would be funny. Yeah, anyway, so my point is, I got really
Radar
into hooking up my
jamming.
dog with like Batman vest. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's badass, man.
Who is?
I love that analogy though. As good as it gets.
It
He's,
fully
actually,
is.
there's a line in there that I say about Kathy.
Which one?
That when he's like, that, you know, they come and go and they don't realize they just met the most amazing woman that they're ever gonna meet. He's talking about the waitress. When,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
It's a
Yeah.
good one,
I
right?
think,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I know someone who's got that quote. It's a sweet one. Yeah.
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 You're
Anyway, back to
adorable,
that.
Tony.
I think it's
It's a
awesome.
good one.
Yeah. It's very, for me in my life and where I've been, this is an excellent turn.
Because you've had like multiple lives.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's just very it's like therapy, but the way that it makes more sense to me than some dude hearing my problems. I mean, I probably got to have that too,
I
but
hear you.
this horse just gets me, and I feel calm when I'm around him. So it doesn't matter about the stresses of life. When I get around my horse, I just think about, like I said, dude, I don't look at the mountains, I don't look at the sky, but when I'm with my horse, I do.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm appreciating being alive,
Yeah.
and I know it's him that's making me do that. So I'm good, man.
That's awesome. I sense it.
Yeah, I feel good about it. Feel good about all that stuff. Also, that thing you're talking about where your back hurting and then you learned something, because God gave you that lesson. That's what I believe now too, thanks to my horse and other things that I've been doing lately. But I believe that sometimes when difficulty comes my way, if I keep going, something ends up being better. Like for Tony and I started praying, and when I first started praying, I felt silly, but I kept doing it anyway because I was at a rock bottom in my life, and I was getting used to it. A person taught me 3-point stance. I don't know why, but I was at a meeting and it fired me up. I was like, it's hard for me to be on my knees because my knees are so sore. So when I pray, I pray in a 3-point stance.
The hell is
And when
that?
I'm done praying, I get up and I get fired up because it's the day is time to go. And I went outside and I prayed like I do in a 3-point stance. And I was like, God, I don't usually ask for this because I'm not supposed to ask for stuff for myself. But I'm going to go skate today with Tony. And if you could just keep me safe, that would be much appreciated.
Awesome.
And then I went to the ramp and I slid out on an alley backside Smith grind. I got knocked out. And I woke up, and this is like a frequent thing for me, unfortunately, where Tony Hawk's there and he goes, "Hey man, where are you?" And I go, "Oh no, I'm here." And I got knocked out. And, yep, you did. And then I was like, "That's not cool." And then he was like, "No podcast today." And I was like, "Come on, man." He's like, "No, dude, no podcast today." And I'm like, "Okay, fair enough. I understand." And then they watched me until I was talking and I knew who I was. And I'm like, "I'm good to go home." And then I drove for 2.5 hours. I don't know if I told you this, dude, but a voice clearly in my head, this is dark, but it said, "Kill yourself." And I was like, and I know I've been knocked out a lot. And I know when you get knocked out, there's like a depression thing. There's definitely a darkness thing that can happen from concussions. So I've been down this road before, but I never heard this voice like that before. And I was like, no, I will not. And now I'm driving for 2.5 hours in traffic and it's whispering it to me. And I'm like, okay, I hear you, but no, I'm not going to. And please stop saying that because it's kind of creepy. And then I go home and I'm by myself on the couch and it's saying it to me and I'm like, hey, God, remember this morning when I said, can I not get hurt? What's up with the voice that's telling me to kill myself after I got knocked out? That's pretty heavy, dude. And then I went to sleep and I woke up in the morning. Another voice said, you're going to be all right, Jace. Just eat some food, get some rest. It'll all work out. Just take it easy. And I was like, who's that voice? Because it was different than the other voice. And from this day on, that day, as well, I'll never forget this day, the voice that said kill yourself, to me, and I know it's not the devil, or I don't want to freak anybody out. It's a demon to me, and the other voice is God to me. And now I hear it, and the God voice always gives me good advice. Like, probably don't want to go down there. You probably don't want to hang out with that person. And I'm like, I see what you're saying.
Probably want to jump up that step up.
Well, there was a lesson in that one. Shut up, stop ruining it. But ever since this day, I pray and I get an answer. And I hear me or a voice tell me this is if it's a choice on doing something. I'm an addict, man. Like, should I go there? Should I smoke weed? No, dude, you should not. You're doing the right thing. Stay on the course. That voice I listen to. If the other voice is like, man, things are pretty stressful, it's pretty bad right now. You know, if you smoke some weed, it'd probably make you feel better. And I'm like, I know you, dude. You're the one that told me to kill myself in the car on the way back from the ramp the other day.
No way.
No. The answer is no. And ever since that day, it's been super easy for me to make the right choices in life. I still make giant mistakes all the time, but I no longer make these childish, like, hurt other people that I care about decisions in my life. Because it's just a clear voice that goes, you don't want to do that, dude. You're going to bum that person out, or that's going to hurt their feelings, or you're going to hurt yourself. What about your kids? You could call it common sense if you want, but whatever it was that day, ever since that day, I've been on a fast track of, like, doing the right thing and being a better, happier person.
When was this?
Oh, like a year ago, maybe less than a year ago.
Since I've seen you.
I was sober, right?
Yeah.
6 months.
It was 6 months ago. But it was the first 6 months of my sobriety was the biggest struggle, you know, because I was just by myself and I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm fighting it by myself in my house by myself. I mean, I got my dogs, but they ain't, you know, they don't have any words of wisdom. So it's just like, well, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. And then all of a sudden that happened. And it's like I said, I need help. I'm asking for help. I'm asking for safety. And this thing happened where at the beginning of it, it seemed really bad and unlucky. But in a roundabout way, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me because now I hear both. And that's the other thing. The dark voice doesn't really have much to say anymore because it knows the answer is going to be no. So I usually just hear, like, what are you going to do today? It's like, kind of so. I was like, dude, get up, go do your shit, handle your business. And I'm like, yes, I will, because I know you steer me the right way. Thank you. And then ever since then, it's been pretty golden.
You have chosen wisely.
Yeah, it sounded just like that.
Kind of British and
It's
old.
It's Tony's voice.
Near the Holy Grail. You were watching a movie. That's what happened.
That's probably what it was.
Thanks
Yeah,
for sharing that, Jason.
Yeah.
That's
truly.
deep, bro.
It's awesome.
yeah, but it was. I know it's weird to say it in front of everybody, but
No, that's great. That day
just-
sucked too.
yeah, yeah.
It sucked. You were out. It was bad.
Yeah, it was a bad
People were
one.
scared, yeah.
I was
It
gone
was bad.
for a minute. Like, not just a like, whoa, where am I? It was like I was snoring. And dude, when you're 50, you know,
The irony was that I was in our meeting room.
Yeah.
It's right above the ramp, having a meeting about helmets and a new helmet and new technology. And then I hear this thump and everyone's looking down and I was like, oh no. And we cut the meeting short.
Sorry.
It's all right. You know what? We didn't work with those people.
Well, then you're welcome.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that there was a silver lining for me for you getting hurt. But there was.
Yeah. But that's just like these days now when something bad happens, how you approach it is all different to me now. It's like, well, what can I learn from it?
It sounds like it makes your prayers more intense, more direct. because
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
getting
because I
something
don't
back.
think I'm talking to nobody
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
And there's something
I know
on the
who I'm
other
talking
side.
to.
But you have bad days. We all have bad days. Do you
Yeah.
hear the other thing coming back at you?
Not like that. I hear it every now and then. I laugh at it now
Yeah.
because I'm like, shit, right. Because it's usually like, Roddy, I've done some weird shit in my life, and some of those things get suggested in my mind, and I go, yeah, that's a real good idea, dude. You should definitely do that. And then I go, yeah, right. No, I will not. No chance. That's the difference. Where old me, which is crazy, old me not only would consider it, I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, maybe, I mean, what could be the bad thing about that? And now I look back and go, that was really bad. That was a really bad choice.